Welcome everybody to some more Okami HD. It is, I think it's the 22nd of January today. Where is this month gone? We're already a month into, it's only February of 2018. What a crazy year. Right, let me full screen. My table where I have my mouse to control this thing is very jam-packed today because we're going to do something a little exciting. Today. It's not going to be that exciting, but I needed my tablet for it. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, I need to move my chair forward too. Awkward leather noises incoming. There we go. Nope, not enough. Oh, what have I done? Oh no, there we go. Jesus. Welcome to the start of a stream. Mayhem. Mayhem. I start every stream how I want it to be. Shit show. An absolute shit show. I'm still not really confident. I hate this chair. Talked about it on streams before. God, I can't wait to move to my new chair. Anyway, let's continue. Some things to talk about. One main talking point we're going to be doing today is I'm going to rank all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, in my opinion, and then we're going to talk about them and the ones to come in the future. I'm going to do that at some point in today's stream, mainly because everyone's rewatching them all, but I've already seen all of them so many times, so that I just kind of want to rank them before Black Panther comes out. So that'll be something I do today. It'll be fun. Hey, Demon. This week is a very exciting week for many reasons, one of which being Monster Hunter World comes out this week. What is this bouncing thing again? Oh, right, I remember. Last time well, 2 streams ago we arrived here in the capital city, and we found it's covered in this misty, foggy thing. And last time we adventured around it, we figured out that this mist is coming from the palace, it seems like, and we went offshore to try to find what is going on with this. We tried to find some spark rods or something, and we went in this sunken ship, and the water dragon attacked us. We escaped, but we did find this little bouncing mallet that you can see following us right now. Now, this mallet thing can change the size of us as a character. We haven't seen it work yet, but that was pretty much the entirety of the last stream. So things are progressing. I've been told that this is classed as like chapter 2 of the game. That's like the only knowledge I have about the game right now, is that this is classed as chapter 2. Don't know how many chapters there are. Probably 900. Hey. It's the lady who came to the sunken ship with us. Isun is like addicted to her. He has a problem with her. And also I missed out on a trophy last time. I was checking out the trophy list, and supposedly you can get back to the shore without being swallowed by the water dragon. What are you talking about? I was nearly eaten alive. Yeah, okay. Well, we did get eaten alive, I think. We just woke up at the shore. Alright, let's head out here. So I've had a pretty interesting weekend. I didn't end up streaming on Saturday, apologies, because I actually went to check out the new house, the progress on the new house, which is cool. It's crazy to see it in the state it's in. It's kind of like it's in the in-between state, but when I saw it originally, it was obviously how it was before. And when I see it next, it'll probably be very close to being finished. But it's very much in that in-between thing where there's like walls have been like things have been pulled out of the walls. You can see like where all the support beams have been put in, all this other crazy stuff. It's just, I wouldn't describe it as a mess. I would describe it as a work in progress. But it's always weird when you see like a house you're gonna live in progress like that, because I'll have these memories of it at different stages, which I think is a really bizarre thing. Oh, we have quality options again. What? Why is Twitch being nice to me? Do you guys see that? We have quality options on the stream again. Clearly, I'm becoming so popular that they're like, oh, he needs quality options with my 0 viewers, is what it's telling me right now. Right, here we go. This is what we found last time. Now we got you cornered, you mallet. So we were chasing the mallet, supposedly. I'm gonna sell you. Okay, soon. Isn't this the palace where that swirling mist is coming from? So I kind of think, the game kind of pulled a fast one on me. I thought that offshore ship, the sunken ship, was gonna be Dungeon 4, but I kind of think it was more like Dungeon 3.5, and we're about to do proper Dungeon 4 right now, if I would guess. Because it didn't have like a final boss. It didn't have like, it wasn't very long. Like Demon, you came in while I was playing in the sunken ship. It took me about half an hour to finish it. It wasn't a very big dungeon. I was like, this can't be the whole dungeon. The lucky mallet can shrink people. You want to shrink? I'm a little worried what Asun's going to look like when we've shrank. Is he going to shrink with us? Or is this going to be like Twilight Princess, where in certain parts of the game, Midna is your shadow, and then when you go into the Twilight, she rides on your back? If Asun's technically riding on our back right now, is he going to become like huge and ride on our tiny back? I don't understand. Why would Hammerhead here want us to go in there? It's a good name. I'm not going to do anything about this mess, then it's up to find out the truth. Oh yeah, so when the Emperor became ill, he started emitting this green mist that you can see in the background that's, you know, corrupted the entire capital and made everyone sick. So maybe he's cursed or something? So I guess that's what we're going to go in here and do. We'll enter the hole. Ready to get hammered? Did he? Asun just said ready to get hammered. I see it right there! Ready to get hammered. Everybody, let's crack open the alcohol. Let's get hammered. It's the exact thing I would say, and then everyone would look at me and be like, it's a really good thing you're not a parent, because you'd be the cringiest parent ever. Interestingly, on that note, if anyone knows who Boris Johnson is, his sister, Rachel, was in Celebrity Big Brother, and she did a rap, like an off-the-cuff rap, and I had my hands so deeply wrapped around my face, in the biggest face palm of my life. It was so cringy. So cringy. I don't know why my Twitch thing isn't showing viewers. I know you guys are in chat, so it should show me, but it's just like, nope, 0 viewers. Furball's all yours, Mallet. I'm scared about what's about to happen. There we go. I can see things now. Hello, everybody. Hello. My viewer count has updated. I'm very worried about this. I think Asun's either going to be massive or massive. Oh god. Asun was jumping next to us and he looked massive. I'm scared. Are you an invisible ghost, Demon? Are you not a real human? Okay, now I'm getting Minish Cap vibes. Huge. This is like Minish Cap in 3D. This is gonna be Asun. But as an actual real-sized person down here. Well, Capcom made Minish Cap, so I guess the influence here is, you know, easy. I don't know if any of the guys at Clover Studio who made this worked on Minish Cap, though. That's Asun. That's the little bug guy who's been bouncing on our head for the last 18 hours of the game. Yeah, I thought Asun was like a little insect or something. Yeah, me too. Why are you so tiny? Oh, he's got a badass sword, so... Why is Wandering Artist Asun times 1000? What's the times 1000 about? If you say so, Asun. I don't know if Amaterasu is trying to see if he's still on her head, or if she's just completely lost interest in Asun's talking and is just dozed off like Chris Pratt in whenever. It's a really funny outtake I'm thinking of. Whenever he gets talked to, he sometimes just drifts off. And there's a funny moment in the outtakes when Amy's acting, and who plays Leslie, and he does that, and he just gets bored and starts looking off, and it makes her crack up and break character because it's such a funny moment. Chris Pratt's great. Let's check out the palace. We gotta go out and find what's behind the swirling mist. I'm no bigger than a dust bunny. So what, dust bunnies are gonna come rolling over and kill us? I hate dust bunnies. Oh no, don't you dare ride on my back. Oh! Midna. Midna just happened. Time's a wasting. See the chest wrapped all in chains? If you can guide me over to it with your celestial brush, I'll pop over and snatch what's ever inside. Really? Okay. Don't go launching me at monsters. Okay. That's the first thing I'm going to do as soon as I see a monster. What the... Okay. That's actually a really cool effect. I'm going to save here too. So this weekend, I said, like, I didn't stream on Saturday because I was out. But then yesterday and Saturday night and Sunday night, I watched a bunch of The Leftovers, which is a TV series that's been around for a little while. It actually just finished its run, but I'd never seen it before, and I'm just starting to watch it. I'm almost done with season 1. That is a really crazy looking spider, and yeah, I love it. I think it's great. Very, very excited to see more of The Leftovers. It's kind of my thing right now. I watch my leftovers. I don't eat my leftovers. They go in the bin or the rubbish, because I'm a weird person, Demon. I don't like cold pizza. I don't like cold food if it's been hot before. I'm a very, very picky eater. But let's not get into that. Why is Demon Dobby? Is he going to give me a sock or something? But yeah, Leftovers. I've also started Land of the Lustrous, which is another anime. But I've been a little busy, so I haven't finished that yet. I'll probably catch up with that after I've seen... after I've seen the rest of The Leftovers. I'm gonna sock you. Good. Good. In that jail cell, someone's in there. Can't tell who she is. She's got a back turned. They usually turn out to be ugly when they turn around anyway. What a thing to say! Well, can I not just open this by doing... I guess it doesn't work. No, I thought maybe we could do that, but no. So I just came up here. Okay, am I going this way? Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, I'm dizzy. Did I come from that way? Yeah, I think I came from that way, so we're going this way. I think. We got double jump last time too, so we now have double jump without a wall, which is good. Godly charm. Okay. Right, so we're going to start now. This is the main thing of today's stream, is I'm going to rank all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. So obviously the first one that ever came out was Iron Man. Now, I have a real big fondness for Iron Man. Like, I just jumped in the purple goo. And the reason why, it's not only because it's the first MCU movie, but I'd read some Iron Man comics when I was younger. Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man were like the 3 comics I read when I was younger. So I think I already had a precedent of kind of like a bias towards loving that character before we even went in to see that movie. And I've also seen the movie about 8 times. which isn't a huge amount to some people. Oh god. But I've totally forgotten how to play this game. I've actually forgotten how to play it. Okay, no, I think I'm good. I'm good. But I've seen the intro to the Iron Man 1, where he's in... I think he's in Iraq. He's in a Jeep, and he's, you know, it's a really cool scene where like it all gets blown up and everything. And I've seen that opening about 80 times, and when I'm saying 80, that isn't like a joke. I actually mean like 80 times, because it was my case study piece for my final exam in year 12 film studies, where I just wrote about the intro of that. I also wrote another one about the effect of the Alien movie, but that's a total different discussion that we won't bring up here. This scary foot is terrifying. So yeah, I think as a first in the Marvel movies, it was the first one funded by Marvel. This was before they were bought by Disney. This wasn't like co-funded with anyone else like some of their other movies had been. I say co-funded. The only ones I can think of with that would be Hulk and Spider-Man Homecoming, where they've dealt with another, you know, company. But anyway, so right now, if we're just going off the movies that have been released, Iron Man is the best movie because we've only talked about Iron Man. But anyway, I think it's this like a month after Iron Man. It was similar time. They brought out a little-known movie called The Incredible Hulk. And I say little known because I don't know how many people have seen this. I feel like I talked to some people who didn't even know this existed in the MCU, because it's a different character playing Bruce Banner. It's Ed Norton playing him rather than Mark Ruffalo, who plays him in Avengers and such. But it is the same Hulk. It's in the MCU. And the reason you can confirm that is the final scene with Everett Ross, the General, in the bar. And is it? Yeah, I think it's him. And Tony Stark comes in. So it's obviously, you know, right after Iron Man. So they're setting things up that early. I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. I've never... Oh, God, this foot is coming for me again. I've never been a big fan of Hulk movies. I think Hulk works better with other people. Like other acts and such. Is this... I was hoping that maybe this would just draw up. No. Okay, I don't know how to get up here then. Unless I can do some sort of crazy... Can I jump? Okay. Can I jump on the foot? Ow. Okay. I'm thinking maybe I can jump on the foot. Is he gonna... Can you go over to the... Go over there? Oh no, it won't let me. I was hoping that maybe that's how I would get over to here, but... I guess not. How... What the hell? How do we even get past this? How are we going to get by this clean freak? That's a good idea. Can we cut the broom? What the hell do we do? I mean, we can look up people's, like, clothes, though. Which is weird. So after... it was a few years, actually, after Incredible Hulk that they then started pumping out movies. Because then it was Iron Man 2. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Man 2. I think it has some really good moments in it. And I think in rewatching it, which I did not too long ago, it's a better film than I remember, but it's still not great. You know, it has some great moments, though. Well, I'm not trying to look up at it. It's just a giant black void demon. Look at that. It's just a giant black void. So yeah, Iron Man 2, I wouldn't rate that highly. Right now, I would probably put it above Incredible Hulk on my list. Purely because of the action scenes I prefer. Especially the whole, the scene towards the end. The scenes towards the end are pretty good, even though Marvel's third acts are pretty weak. I also really like the Monaco race in Iron Man 2. I think that's a really good scene, especially when the car just gets wrecked. So right now my list is Iron Man 2, then Incredible Hulk, you know? How do I even... Matt Demon brought up the moon. Yeah, well, the moon cave is a a thing we all have to live with, and it's a thing that everyone should understand. The, you know, living with the struggles of having a moon cave. I almost said a man cave, but no, we all should appreciate the difficulties of our moon cave. We may revisit the moon cave in this series. You never know. The moon cave may come back. Some people crave moon caves all their lives and never get one. Some people have to only enjoy their own moon cave. You never know. But I very much enjoyed this game's moon cave. Let me just say that. Right, next. After Iron Man 2 came Thor. Now, after recently watching Thor Ragnarok again, it's so weird how this original Thor movie was. Like, it's not... It feels really bizarre because Thor is like Chris Hemsworth, like, he's got bleached eyebrows, like, and he's talking in much more of like ye olde English than we have now. It's a very interesting movie because I didn't like it at the time, but again, in rewatching Thor 1, which I did again not too long ago, it isn't terrible, but it still fails to capture what I think Thor really is, especially in the newer comics. Like, I feel like it fell a little bit on focusing on the older. I'm wondering if I can do this. Oh, we can do that. Look at that. Took me a while to figure that one out. You can just get a soon to go grab the key. So yeah, I don't hate Thor, but it's I think my list right now would be Iron Man 2, Thor, and then Incredible Hulk. I just fell in the water. Please don't tell me I have to go back for that. No? Okay, good. And then Captain America came out. Now, at the time when Captain America the First Avenger came out, I remember not loving it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've spooked someone. I remember not loving it, but I think in hindsight, again, that was just because it was this war film, and I'm not a big fan of war films in general. But, one, I love Captain America's suit in it. 2, I think Chris Evans is fantastic in it. And 3, I think, I just had his name in my head, and it's now gone. The guy who plays Agent Smith in The Matrix, and he's in Lord of the Rings. He plays Red Skull in Captain America Civil War. He's the villain. His name will come back to me. It's literally on the tip of my tongue. He's great in it as a villain. I think he's really, really good. And that movie ends with, obviously, him appearing in modern day. And, well, you know, being thawed out, Captain America, and appearing in modern day. And I think it's just such a great setup for that character being this out of time. And it's one of the few Marvel movies which deals with the past. Next year, we're going to get a movie set in the 90s. The 90s of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we're going to learn how Nick Fury lost his eye. And that movie's called Captain Marvel. That's going to be happening next year. Oh, yeah, I think it's next year. I don't think it's this year. It could be. I don't think it is. But that's going to be great. Captain Marvel's a fantastic character, and I like the idea of doing more period movies within. I can't believe the 90s is a period. Of course it is, but it's weird to me. I like the idea of setting movies in the past of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is technically set right after 1, so it's not set at the same time as, say, like Spider-Man Homecoming or something, which is a pretty interesting thing to do. Oh, this lady was arrested by the Emperor. Oh, is your grandpa Mr. Bamboo? We like Mr. Bamboo. Yeah, Mr. Bamboo's great. We helped him, and he taught us some stuff about digging and water. Moonlight Beauty. Is Asun going to be instantly in love? Oh, has she got like a bubble over her head? Like a spacesuit? Interesting. She doesn't know who she is or where she came from. Yeah, Asun is gawking again. Honey Pie. Him and his weird nicknames. I think Asun is male. I'm pretty sure Asun is male. I think he got called a he in a previous episode. So we're now promising to rescue her. Anyway, back to Marvel. Obviously, after Captain America, that led straight into the first Avengers movie, which I think is almost like a tentpole moment in my life. I remember everyone being so hyped for this movie. I remember everyone went ready to go to the cinema for this movie. I remember the press about this movie. It was huge. And I was so excited to see Joss Whedon do something new. After falling in love with Firefly and Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, I was like, oh my god, Joss Whedon's doing an Avengers movie. This is going to be really good. And I think the first Avengers movie is incredible. I think it's so good. I don't say cinema weird. I say cinema fine. Maybe I'll just say cinema, the theater. No. I pronounce everything weird. You know that. I'm from the north. We can't pronounce shit. It's seriously, the word shit, can't say it properly. We just say it like an epithet, even though we're not even talking about it in a mean way. So yeah, Avengers, when that came out, was just so good. So good. And I think there's so much about that movie that I think works and sets things up really well, that they've even paid off in movies from this past year. Specifically, the Hulk smashing Loki back and forth scene came back in Thor Ragnarok. And I think we're going to see a lot of the things set up in that first Avengers movie come to pass and play out again in Infinity War, the third Avengers movie this year. So right now my list would be The Avengers, Iron Man 1. No, yeah, okay, let's do that. Avengers, Iron Man 1, Captain America, Iron Man 2, Thor, and Hulk. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. I'm gonna forget that as a list. How do I edit? There we go. Using Google Docs. So, Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, Iron Man 2, Thor, and then Hulk. So that's my list right now. That's Phase 1 as well. That's called Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's kind of just how I feel about those movies. Like, I know some people would probably put Iron Man above Avengers. I know people who would probably put Hulk above Thor. I think, that Thor works purely because of Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston's, on-screen chemistry, because I think they're really great brothers in terms of the, on-screen brothers. Even though they're from two different places on the planet, it just shows that, friendship transcends location, and I think their on-screen chemistry probably is very similar off-screen. They seem like cool guys. Interestingly as well, Iron Man to Iron Man 2, they recast the guy who played War Machine from... I always forget the first guy's name. But Don Cheadle took over the role in Iron Man 2, and he reprised that role in Iron Man 3, Avengers... Is he in Avengers 1? Yeah, no, he's in Avengers 2. So... But anyway... I think Phase 1 was a really interesting thing to do. Like, this is the first time we really got a proper cinematic universe. You didn't notice the War Machine actor change? Like, he's Terrence Howard? Is the guy who played him in 1, if my memory is correct? I didn't want to say it in case I'm wrong, but I think it's Terrence Howard. And then, who's a shorter, stockier man, while War Machine is a taller, leaner man. I knew Don Cheadle from other things, so I was always really confused. Like, wait, Don Cheadle's in this now? Oh god, this thing is falling. Go. And I think overall, Don Cheadle is a better War Machine. I think I've grown to really like him, but at first I was very confused and very unsure because I really liked Terrence Howard's portrayal of the character. But you know, things happen. I believe it was to do with money. That's the rumor, or whatever came out, people said in statements, is that Terrence Howard wanted more money, but couldn't get it because Robert Downey wanted more money. I don't remember the full stories. You know, maybe he said something like, well, if Robert Downey's getting that much money, I should get that much money too. Something like that. I'm going to fall all the way to the bottom. I did. Well, there's something to do down here anyway. But yeah, Phase 1, I think, is a pretty good era for Marvel. It started in, I think, like 2008. It's crazy. Well, that bomb did not go anywhere near the wall. Go. There we go. And they really set up a lot of things that no other universe or no other movie franchise had ever really done before, which is all these different movies, and then they made them all come together in Avengers. And they even introduced, like, Black Widow in Iron Man 2. I want to say there's a scene with Hawkeye in Thor. I'm really bad at remembering. But they set up all these characters and they introduced them in there. And it was such a great thing to go and see all of these characters come together, especially because I had read the comics and I had seen a lot of these characters. I was just waiting for Doctor Strange. Like, I was like, come on, do a Doctor Strange movie. And then, well, we'll get to when we talk about Doctor Strange, but after being a Doctor Strange fan for like 12 years, I have a few things to say about that movie. It was Hawkeye in Thor. I think he was, right? Yeah. It's like weird to think about that. You know, they did all this setting up. What is going on here? What is this? Been sucked into a ghostly jar. And now we can walk on water. What is this? What is going on? Strange mist in this flask. Somewhat different from the mist outside. I know it feels comforting. How weird is this? Where the dickens are we? What even is this room? What is this? It's so weird, right? Flask here. I don't know. It might be this mist bottled up here that's he's hiding. Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do with it. Weird, right? It looks cool, though. Oh. You want to go back outside? You gonna leave this mist here? Yeah. But if we have to leave, I'd be tempted to bring the mist with us. What do you mean? What do you mean, bring the mist with us? How? What's a Tesco's? A Tesco is a branch. It's a supermarket. It's like Walmart or Walmart. I think Walmart owns Asda over here, so like our Walmart would be called Asda. Let's go inside and check it out. What do you mean? As soon, I don't want to go back in. So let's start talking about Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I think what's a little bizarre about... What do we even do in here? About Phase 2 is it's in this really interesting middle place between where Marvel were happy with doing serious movies, but also started to tinker with more comedic style. And you don't really see that fully come to pass until Phase 3, where they really fully embrace that comic book humor. But all of the movies had a little bit of that in it anyway. But before I talk about Phase 3, I don't know what Asun wants me to do with this goddamn mist, and it's bothering me. I can't, like, draw it onto me. It might be this mist, but what do I do? I don't know what to do with it. Bring the mist with us. What do you mean? I can't bring the mist with us. I don't know what you mean. I can't, like, do a big brush stroke and make it, like... No, what do you mean? Go, blow up the mist. I really don't know what it wants from me. Stupid spider. Won't they bother as long as we leave them alone? Well, I'm not gonna leave them alone then. I actually can't leave the room. What do I do? It's moments like this which makes me utterly confused, because I'm like, I feel like the game expects me to know what to do, but I don't have a way like I can capture the stuff. Like, I can't just draw a circle and capture it. That isn't a thing I've learnt. What do you do with a jar? I've got to go inside it, right? There's an animation that plays every single time. But then when we're in here, it's just a misty jar. What do I do with the misty jar? What do I do with the misty jar? What do I do with the misty jar? Early in the morning. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this thing. Why would the Emperor hide a flask here? I don't know. You tell me. Some of this. Ooh, a lily pad. Perfect. Whenever I say perfection, all I can remember is when there's a meme, and now I've forgotten the actor's name. Played Magneto in Steve Jobs, along with many other things. He was in Assassin's Creed. I'm really bad at names tonight. Why? I don't know what's going on. I'm usually better at remembering names. Anyone want to hazard a guess at what to do with a mist? Because I haven't got a clue. I can't, like, I can draw like a bit of water. Yeah, some. I bet it's wind, isn't it? I bet it's. Why is it the last thing I try? Why? Why is it the last thing I try that is the thing I have to do? I'm so dumb. Hogging such comforting mist. Uh-oh. Constellation? What's this gonna be? Mist power? The god of the mists is gonna teach us how to cause mist to appear or something? Okay. Looks like a sheep or a ram or something. A misty sheep. Where am I missing? What? Oh, you have to do the blue ones as well, right? What? Why didn't that count? This is like the first time I've ever failed at the constellation drawing task. Oh, this one. I missed the one on the bend up there. There we go. It's a sheep, right? It's a sheep. Yeah, it's a sheep. Brilliant. Sheep can fly. It's true. Is it getting drunk? What is going on? Oh my god, it's like the Matrix. It's like slow-moing. Oh no, except in the Matrix they dodge all of the bullets. Here, the sheep is just getting hit by everything thrown at it. Great. 10 out of 10. Sheep. Kesugami. After our separation, I took to wandering the corners of the earth, drinking mist and getting very drunk. Before long, I was sealed away here by sinister power. We broke the seal. You're gonna grant us the power of mist. Glisten over all creation like fleeting dew. Hey Alex, how's it going? I think I like this game too much, if I'm honest. Like I play it and I find myself like liking it more and more, like as time goes on. It really reminds me of older 3D Zeldas. And I kind of feel like I found, like I've been told for years that I need to play this game, and I totally see why. I know I'm like 20 hours in, but I totally am seeing why. The god of mist was trapped inside. Warp the world that slows down time for all things. Okay. But enough of that. It's one awesome power. Can slow down time. Wow, so we can slow down time? We got time manipulation! Let's try out the power right away. So it's 2 slashes. Okay. You were forced to watch a clip that made you vomit. Did you actually vomit? I'm not sure I've ever had a visceral reaction from watching something like that. I once dropped a very, very expensive DSLR photography camera in a puddle and it broke and stopped working. That made me throw up. But I've never like thrown up from watching something, I don't think. It made you cringe. Oh god, cringe content is the worst. It's like impossible to survive cringe content. And there we go. We've slowed down time. Uh-oh. Alright, okay, so we got another one of these things. Can we draw? Oh, we can slow down time in here too. Oh, this is going to be OP. We're going to be able to decimate things. Decimation. Look at that. Right, back to Marvel. Now we're done with that thing. So Phase 2 started with Iron Man 3. I think I'm fonder of this movie. Some people I've heard don't like this movie in hindsight. I think it's way better than people give it credit for. While the Mandarin twist is quite interesting, I don't really like how they dealt with that as the villain overall. Being such an iconic Iron Man villain and reading so many Iron Man comics. I feel like it wasn't great, but I love it in just the movie universe. That twist was hilarious, and I think it was great. You know, injecting Pepper with the extremist stuff at the end, I could have maybe done without that, you know? But, you know, you get what you dealt with Marvel movies. You get what you dealt. And, yeah, I think Iron Man 3 is pretty good overall. I think it's not terrible. And it covers a really interesting point in the storyline from the comics when Tony just becomes, like, a full-on alcoholic. And is dealing with, like, all of this stuff. And in Iron Man 3, he's dealing with the PTSD of everything that happened in the Avengers. He obviously had to go through a wormhole and all this other stuff. Which is crazy. Like, absolutely mad to me that they managed to deal with that storyline in such a... We have, like, no map here. In a really good way. In what is quintessentially a kid's movie. Like, I look at Star Wars and I look at Marvel and I'm like, you know, as much as us older fans love these things, their main target audience is kids. But we as adults can find appreciation in the content as well. Same with Pixar movies, I should say. You know, we can find enjoyment in them. Even though, you know, they're made for kids. I would even argue that Pixar films are even more adult than like a lot of other kids movies. Like there's such a really deep meaning is what I mean by adult in a lot of those. What the hell do I do now? So the Spider-Man won't let me go past? Spider-Man. Okay, so next, Iron Man 3 is pretty good. I like Iron Man 3. I think it has some really great moments. Not a big fan of the Iron Patriot subplot, though. I will say that. You're right about the Emperor hiding treasure in the garden. Got another brush technique. Just leave it to us, honey pie. What he calls people is bizarre. So then after Iron Man 3, we got Thor: The Dark World, which in my opinion is the worst Marvel movie. It's really disjointed. It doesn't really have any clear direction. And to me, it really just feels like just a mess of a movie with a lot of conflicting ideas. Which is a shame because I really like Christopher Eccleston. But obviously, who played the Ninth Doctor, and he's also in The Leftovers, the TV show I'm watching at the moment. And he's the main villain in Thor: The Dark World. But his character is woefully underdeveloped and isn't very well written. I think Thor: The Dark World was a low point for Marvel. But thankfully, the next movie straight after it was Captain America: Civil War, which I think is one of the best Marvel movies. I think it's in my top 3. It's brilliant in like all respects. Like, I really like that they brought the Winter Soldier into the Marvel Universe. Captain America's got a really cool dark suit, the stealth suit in it. I think Winter Soldier was great. And what's even more incredible about that is that's the first movie the Russo brothers directed, who went on to do Civil War, and then they're doing the next Avengers movie as well. I don't know if I knew them for directing anything other than episodes of Community. I think that's the only thing I could remember them from. So they came from that sort of background. They're like comedy, you know, directors and such. I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way. Do I draw from this to this? There we go. I somehow figured that one out. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing here either. I'm just winging it. I'm winging the game. I've got to guess. I got to tilt this all the way down. So after Winter Soldier, by the way, has one of my favorite car chases in it. Like, out of all the Marvel movies, like in terms of like an action chase scene. I think Winter Soldier is much better than the chase scenes in Age of Ultron, for example. And Winter Soldier, just overall, great movie. And it didn't hugely rely on other Avengers or anything, other superheroes. And then after Winter Soldier was another one of my favorites, which was Guardians of the Galaxy. I had only heard about Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit during my time reading comics. I think it was when Iron Man went into space is the only time I knew them. I think he met up with them in space. I vaguely remember Adam Warlock in that storyline as well. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, incredible. Like, I think rebirthed a love of older music in a lot of people. I still want a cassette, like a portable hand cassette player, like a Sony Walkman cassette player. And that's all because of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's so good. Oh my god, we found the Emperor and he's just breathing mist. Like, look at it. It's like he's constantly chundering. I mean, we're still too big to fit through his mosquito net. Is that what that is? What does this do? Nothing? We've got enemies in here we can fight though. Let's take them on. Alright, 2 of these buggers. We can kill this one. We need to figure out as well, when we're done with this and hopefully cleanse this capital, I need to Google where to spend Demon Fangs, because I've got so many now that I think we could probably spend them. Get some stuff with them. So continuing with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, obviously I talked about how much I liked Guardians of the Galaxy. Great film. That's probably pretty high up there for me in my rankings as well. I also think that adding Chris Pratt to the Marvel Cinematic Universe was a great addition, purely because I know people are now saying to me, oh, he's overused using Jurassic World and all these movies. I think some people just get bored of the same actors and things, and it's just something I don't experience. It's like, I remember, I still have every single movie Will Smith has been in up to 2010 probably. I think the last movie I bought of his was like £7, I think. But I have every single one on like DVD or Blu-ray, and that's because I was a huge Will Smith fan growing up. And for me, like watching a movie with Will Smith in it is almost comparable to me now watching a movie with Chris Pratt in it, which is a weird thing to say. But hear me out. Like both of them have a really likable comedic nature to them, and I think that's why I've really enjoyed both Guardians of the Galaxy films, is because of how Chris Pratt acts. Like, I love his style of acting, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was good, and then after that we got Avengers Age of Ultron, which is Avengers 2. I think it's weaker in most respects than the first film, even though I think Ultron from the comics is a better villain, and I think even in the movie Ultron is a better, in a lot of respects, is a better villain than Loki and the Chitauri were in Avengers 1. I think the way Ultron acts is really, really cool. And we also got the introduction of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in Avengers 2, which are both really good characters. Interestingly, they are mutants in the comics. They're the son and daughter of Magneto, but they made them not that. They made them superheroes, obviously, because, you know, Fox had the mutant license, and Disney are currently buying Fox, so they can't really go back and retcon that. Maybe they can, who knows. But that's a really cool thing. That was, I'm worried that we're about to fight a boss. We just went through a save gate. And then there's just one other movie. By the way, overall, didn't love Age of Ultron, but I think it has some really great moments in it. And then ending off Phase 2 was Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man is probably the most underappreciated Marvel film. Obviously, Edgar Wright spent a lot of time working on that and then left the project. But I still think what came out at the end was a really, really fun movie. I think, as a whole, I think it's a great, great film. And as a fan of Ant-Man, kind of from the peripheral, like not reading too many of the comics, I think they did a really good job, both with Hank Pym and with Scott Lang, because Hank Pym was the Ant-Man for a very long time in the comics, and then Scott Lang came into it much, much later. So it's interesting that they're doing it kind of the other way around. Well, not the other way around, but like it suggested that Hank Pym was the Ant-Man, but we just never knew about it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then when Scott Lang became the Ant-Man, it got kind of propelled to a much more thing. And interesting, we just got Falcon in that movie, who was introduced in, I think he was only introduced in Winter Soldier, and obviously Falcon plays a big role in the comics. Both he and Winter Soldier are future Captain Americas in the comics. So it's interestingly that the first Avenger that Ant-Man comes in contact with is Falcon up at the Avengers building, where Ant-Man's trying to sneak in and steal some stuff. And it has a real good, like, heist movie vibe to it. Clearly, we're not anywhere near the end of this dungeon because we literally just got the map. But cool. Right, that's where I'm going to end talking. What time is it? Yeah, we'll stop talking about Marvel for a little bit now. But I think that we'll pick up on that just in a little bit later. I'll play some more of this dungeon. Need to focus. But I will rate all of those movies. I need to think about the Phase 2 movies a little bit, so I'll think about those, and then before we jump into Phase 3, I'll think about where I would place those in kind of a rating. So I can't go through here. Okay. Okay. Let's run along here. I guess we just need to go straight forward up here. I do like the slowing time ability. It's very cool, even though the spiders are creepy as hell, having demon faces on them. What are these? Oh! Oh my god! If you stand on these spiders, they go mad quick. I'm about to hit this spider in the face. Whew! Right, nothing that way. Okay. So other than watching The Leftovers, which I said I've been doing like pretty much all weekend, I've also been playing a bunch of Gundam Breaker 3, which I've played before, but and I really, really liked. But I never got super far. I got up to like maybe chapter 3. And most of my time I was just playing the mode where you can like bring in other people's mobile suits online and like just fight them in kind of an offline online mode. It's a kind of interesting thing. It's called Bounty Hunt, I think. Ooh, made it past. Oh! No. Oh, thank God. I like slipped on the edge. Oh, and we're in the mist. We're in the mist. The Emperor is purple? Is he a... Well, he's more blue. It's like the blue and red kind of colors. He looks like a Chiss from Star Wars. Check out Emperor's directly below us. Okay. Are we going in the Emperor? Oh no! It's inside Jabu Jabu's belly! We're just inside Jabu Jabu's belly! We're inside the Emperor's body. Oh man, I need a drink. This should be the fastest way to get to the root of the problem. What, is that meant to be his uvula? No. It's the dangly thing that hangs down the back of your throat. But isn't it the other way around, the uvula? Is that what it's called? The dangly thing is a uvula, right? But if we tickled it, I thought it said tackled. It would sneeze. Best for getting out of here. But let's save that for later. Going the other way now. I'm correct on both things. So it's a uvula, but it's meant to be hanging the other way. Unless we're on the top of his mouth right now. This could be... Oh yeah, if we look up, can we see teeth? No. I'm thinking like if we're currently on like the top of his gums. I mean, the uvula would be going this way, but the gravity wouldn't work this way. It would be like, no, this wouldn't work at all, would it? And also the throat is just a tunnel this way. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird one. Now it's even weirder. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Pretty weird. How many hours are we in now? Like, over 17 and a half, I'm gonna say? 17:25. Okay, before we advance into this man's body, in a very creepy Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of way, let me place Phase 2 Marvel movies onto my ranking system here. So, I think I'm instantly gonna put Guardians of the Galaxy 1 right below Avengers. And then I'm going to put Captain America Winter Soldier right below Iron Man. And I think the reason I put Iron Man so high is actually nostalgia / my love for the character rather than the movie, and I can't get over that. And then I'm going to put Ant-Man right below that, because I really like Ant-Man. And then I'm going to put Iron Man 3 above Iron Man 2. And then Avengers Age of Ultron straight below that. Avengers Age of Ultron. And then Thor the Dark World can go below Hulk. Because it's that bad. Right. So, my current ranking, these are Phase 1 and Phase 2 MCU movies, are Avengers 1, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, Captain America Winter Soldier, Ant-Man, Captain America 1, Iron Man 3, Avengers Age of Ultron, Iron Man 2, Thor, Hulk, and then Thor the Dark World. That's my current ranking system of Marvel movies. There we go. Well, I'm usually playing the game when I'm talking about them, but I had to type those out, so I can't really type and play. I'm feeling we're in for trouble. Oh, is this going to be the boss? No way. I want to keep going. Let's go. Leap before you think. Is that a saying? Leap before you think. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is going to be a boss battle. There's always one of those yellow gates right before a boss battle. Oh, this is creepy. That area down there kind of looks like where you fight Volvagia in the Fire Temple. But this is weird. The Master Sword, everybody! Why has this man got a sword stuck inside him? That's the real question. It's alive. It's alive! What's the... Oh my god, it's like the ghost boss in... Is it Twilight Princess, where it's a giant sword that fights you? That's a ghost? A boss, where it's like a... I think it's Twilight Princess. It could be Wind Waker. No, because Wind Waker's the pose, right? It's a Twilight Princess, right? Where it's all like the giant sword that's like a ghost that fights you. You dare attempt to clear the skies of my poison. Yeah, I will, Blight, if that is your real name. So it's basically we're going to fight an old school samurai here. Even now, Godnail, the mighty sword. The sword is called... Oh, sorry, I read it as Godnail. Goldnail. Godnail sounds cooler, if I'm honest. Step forward so that I, the indomitable Blight, may cut you down. Uh-oh, we're soon doing something badass. Cultured wretch. Yeah, alright. Yeah. And now we're going to control Asun and do a sword fight. And we have to pull out a Wiimote and use the Wiimotes. It's not going to happen. Possessing a human body. Maybe an elaborate trick, but it ends now. Yeah, go on, Asun. Look at your pointy needle. It's almost as long as Arya Stark's sword. And here we go. Boss fight time. Let's start with some of this. Right, completely invincible. Oh, okay. Can we do a slash? No, okay. Like nothing hits it. We're gonna have to try to time this. I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh, okay. I was way too late on that one. I need him to try to do the slash attack so I can do a block. There we go. We blocked those anyway. Do your slash. Do your worst. Okay. I can't get the timing down on him. To block. Like there's no sign. Maybe my only thought now is because he's growing green and the mist I moved in the barrel. Maybe I can use wind on him. No, just forward thinking. How am I gonna beat this dude? There we go. We blocked that one, but we couldn't counter him. We actually just got a Demon Fang for blocking him. Could we grind Demon Fangs here? And block those swords. He isn't too happy about. There's got to be something that's going to give. Blocked that. Let's freeze time again. Like nothing seems to hurt him. Yeah, I was turned the wrong way when I was blocking, which is always good. Block too early. What can I do to this dude? Anyone got any thoughts? How we beat this guy? I'm blocking a lot of his attacks, so my life isn't doing terribly, but I'm not good at dodging this attack that he's about to do. But I did block it. These little spots on the ground, maybe? I was thinking these little, like, moving spots might do something, but I can't. Nothing seems to happen when I go over them. Unless I can dig them. No, you can't dig in fight mode. Oh, I blocked too early. What can we do? Can we draw off him? Oh, okay, maybe we can send a Soon at him? Okay, we got a treasure for that. And it's a really bad slash in our face. Let's try that again. Nope, Assun's like, yeah, I'm not fighting him again. You know, I can't lock onto him again to get Assun to fight him. Or maybe I can. This isn't as simple as a mistake where, like, there's just something I'm not realizing that I can do, right? Like in, what's it called? Oh, okay, okay. You hit him from behind. And then I guess we attack the sword? Yeah, okay. Right, we got it. It looks like you just attack him from behind anyway. It's easier said than done getting behind him though. Here we go, power attack. There we go. That did it. That can't be the entire boss fight, right? That seemed a little too easy once I figured it out. No, that's it. We got a new rosary, which is the ranged weapon, which I never use. Purifying rosary that contains the power of holy light. blight, a disease residing within the Emperor's body, and born of the intense hatred and evil, the cursed sword, Gold Nail, was the source of the Acrid Mist? Acrid Mist? I don't know that word. That had plagued the capital's citizenry. But even a creature so despicable and full of hatred was no match for our intrepid heroes. I like this voiceover guy. And there's the capital. I'm hoping we get to actually see it properly this stream without the green mist everywhere. Blight's defeat brought with it a lifting of the Acrid fog. It sounds like the name Astrid. Or as people in the office pronounced it, Asturd. The Emperor, now freed of the evil's influence, returned to normal. Oh, brief moment of respite. That's not going to last very long. Uh-oh. From Godnail's defeated form rose the familiar blackness. Uh-oh. Yeah, Asturd is what they called. That's how they pronounced Astrid in the office. Because Jan calls her baby Astrid, and before they hear her say it, they go, "Oh, it's called Asturd." It's good writing, the office. Black as midnight and deep as the sea rose slowly skyward. Make no mistake, this was undoubtedly one of the foul spirits. It looks very similar to what happened when we beat the Orochi. Do you remember when we beat Orochi, the big kind of black swarm came out of him at the end? The threat of the water dragon. Oh god, we're gonna have to go fight the... Oh no. Oh yeah, we're still stuck inside the Emperor's body. I'd go for a victory, Hal. What is that noise? Is it snoring? Control? What is he talking about? Is there soon some sort of magical man who can take control of people as well? Uh-oh. I guess we gotta run. Or not. We're just controlling the Emperor now, I guess. What? What is this? What is this? Why do we move like this? What? I don't understand. Oh my god, this is genius. I'd like to meet someone who actually moved like this. It's incredible. Oh wow, so this is the cell that was ginormous when we were tiny. $100 dumplings, Jesus, soon. Thought I'd never get out of there. Well, you did. Bamboo girl. Oh, she's kind of wearing like bamboo in like the top part. It's like a bamboo topper slash helmet. What an interesting character design. Coochie coochie coo. Did we get knocked out at full size? Okay. Here we go. Victory howl. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that's another dungeon complete. We got perfect timing on that. I just didn't know what to do. Save the game. Another trophy. What are we at now? Are we nearing that 18-hour mark? Any closer? 17:42. I think this is the 10th stream of this game, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is part 10. So yeah, this is this 10th stream. Crazy. I think this is going to be the longest series I've streamed. It's going to be longer than Ocarina. It's going to be longer than any of the other games. I think Ocarina was the longest I did. I'm going to apologize to the Queen, that's good. And there's no excuse for seeing her in a past, boy, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I'm collecting demon fangs! People will probably say I'm foolish giving treasure to a wolf, but you're probably my lucky wolf. I'm certain some good will come of it. Oh, wow. Well, this seems good. Straight off the pot. It's a good thing we have been collecting demon fangs. The fog pot, marked with a mist crest, allows transfer between origin mirrors. Fast travel! Buying me one of them. Oh. Is this the sheep lady again? Sheep goddess? A separation had weakened me. My power had scattered like mist. Your heart, pure enough to pierce the darkness, reawakened me. Seal of mist will protect you. My power has reached its peak. I hereby bestow upon you the power of mist warp. Fast effing travel. Oh, I am happy about that. It means we can go visit old places again. Okay. Veil of Mist Tech. Let's have a look. Travel guide. Veil of Mist. Origin mirrors carve your memory forever into the annals of time. Among these mystical mirrors are special ones known as Ultimate Origin mirrors, which possess incredible divine powers. Draw an X symbol on an Ultimate Origin mirror using the Veil of Mist to activate the warp technique. Using this technique allows you to teleport to another Ultimate Origin mirror. That's not as good as I thought it was going to be. I thought I could just go shoop, shoop, and then I could travel. But no, you gotta go to one and then to another one. And look closely, Demon Fangs. What do you think? I want to take some treasure. So with some other ones in here, I guess we can trade these, which well, some of these are really good. Some of these other ones up here, I guess, are. I mean, maybe you could even use some. Maybe Demon Fangs aren't as good as I thought. But hey, we got that, so I'm not going to complain. Can we go through here? Ooh. We can trade in a bunch of these, though. These treasures we got. Well, we can leave then. Figure out the way back from here so then we can come back here if we want to trade more demon fangs. Oh, that's really easy. It's literally through there. So this is where we went in. Right here is where we went in. Where we shrunk. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. So to end things off, I'm going to talk about Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm also going to sell some treasures in game. And then we'll go meet the Queen or something. Hey, Bamboo Girl. Spacing out. There's so much about space with her, and she's got this weird space helmet on. I'm a little confused by her. See, it's a dangerous place right now. You should head back to your grandpa's house. Nothing. I mean, your real family lives elsewhere. I know nothing of my past. I didn't even know who I am or where I came from. My first memory is waking up in a bamboo grove. I do recall one faint memory. This is of her past. What's the faint memory? A small dark room long ago. That's all I can think about now, and I feel I must get there as soon as I can. Pretty weird story. I mean, I don't know where. Something you want to go back to. I see a royal crest inscribed in earth amid a grove of bamboo. I must go to Sasa Sanctuary. There it shall become clear. Okay. Bamboo Old Man and Bamboo Girl. Well, what's up with Bamboo Old Man and Bamboo Girl? Are they bamboo? Is bamboo an alien? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That all bamboo on planet Earth is from space. I'm reading too much into it. Let's go see if we can go into the palace. If not, we'll go sell some stuff. Or wherever this queen's hanging out. A persistent one. Cam seems to have disappeared. We won't let you lay a finger on the queen. Brush technique of the gods. Oh, okay. I getcha. You mean this technique? So, yes, let's talk about Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So first, that was Captain America Civil War, which I really like. I think it's a little bit of a messy movie at times, but I really, really like it. And, you know, while the setup of a bunch of Avengers hating each other and fighting on a airport isn't the greatest, I think, you know, it turned out to be a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it, and I really like the introduction of Spider-Man in that movie. Because Spider-Man is awesome. I'm assuming I can't just draw this up. There's these patches of water I see, and I don't really know what to do with them. But yeah, Civil War, I liked it. Doctor Strange, this is the one I said I would talk about when I mentioned it earlier. Now, Doctor Strange is a comic hero that I've known about for a very long time. I've read his stories, and I think the movie set him up good, and I think Benedict Cumberbatch plays him well. But I think overall, it kind of returned too heavily to the Marvel, like, 3-act structure, formulaic design, which I suppose all of them have, but I felt it more so in Doctor Strange for weird reasons. But I love the effects in that movie, I love Benedict Cumberbatch in that movie, and I really, really like how they actually ended up wrapping up that movie with the whole time loop mechanic. I think that's really cool. And it's really nice that we're finally starting to get magic introduced in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because this is a big thing in the comics. And then after Doctor Strange was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think just tiny little bit less good than the first one, but still stupidly good. Stupidly good. And I love what they do with Yondu. I love
everything with Ego. I think that's a really, really great storyline. And they kind of merged a bunch of different characters together to make Ego as well, because he has nothing to do with Peter Quill, Star-Lord, in the comics. So, Your Majesty the Queen has foreseen your coming. Okay, cool. Let me go see her. You must not delay. Please, Queen Hemiko waits for you on the top floor. Okay. And then after Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was Spider-Man Homecoming, which is... I say it's as good as Spider-Man 2. Some people would argue that it's not, but I think Spider-Man 2, all those years ago, is a fantastic, fantastic movie, and I think Spider-Man Homecoming is ridiculously good. I think it's really, really good. I think Tom Holland is great. I really like that we're going back to like a high school kind of Spider-Man, bringing him down in power level and kind of slowly introducing us to him and his powers. I think that's a really, really cool thing. Why is there lava up here? End up crispy if we're in there, yeah. I don't even know how we're going to get across this. And then after Spider-Man was Thor Ragnarok, which I just rewatched last night, funnily enough, which is why I thought I would do this today. I don't know what I'm going to do with the lava. I'm guessing I can't draw a lily pad on the lava? What do I even do? I think Thor Ragnarok's great. I think it's by far the best Thor movie. It's one of the funniest Marvel movies, and I think Korg, one of the characters, is hilarious. I think he's great. I can't even move forward, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. So bad at figuring out these puzzles sometimes. So yeah, I think that Thor Ragnarok is bloody fantastic. We'll try cooling it with a bit of wind. Maybe we do the wind up here. No? And yeah, that's it. I'll rank those in a little bit, but then this year we've got Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I'm all very, very excited for. They're all coming out this year, which will be pretty good. Pretty good. Why I like Korg so much is because they do this thing where he's like so like big and monstrous and intimidating, but then he's got this small little voice. Anyway, can anyone figure out what I'm supposed to do here? I can't do that. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do I do when I'm just given a bunch of lava? Can this lady tell us anything? A boiling sea of flames won't stand in your way, will it? Yeah! A boiling sea of flames will stand in my way. I can't cross a boil. I guess we're going to get another technique that'll let us cross that. Because I cannot beat that right now. Alright, let's go. We've got some treasures to sell. How'd you get in here? It's terrible. No. Hey, don't you hit me. We can go back to the shops. And I don't know if I should buy the next sword, the flame sword. Which is being sold. Maybe I should. Hello. In the... Oh my god, the voice. Oh my god. In the mighty ocean swims a mighty beast. 'Tis he who keeps the sea at peace. It reminds me of Tomodachi Life. Oh, what a magnificence! What magnificence we behold in this water dragon is so so bold. It's a song my grandma taught me. Dragon Palace. No, I didn't know that. Hello. I'm going to break your chest open. Either of you got anything to say? Oh, I could heal your trees. Here you go. I will heal your trees. get some fruit. Oh, we can probably upgrade one of our skills as well. So 170, 250. We could get another health pool. Let's do that. Sweet. Oh gosh, she called us a dirty dog. A dirty dog. And right, let's move on. I don't know where the exit is. So if that's the palace there, I thought the exit was around here. Maybe it's this door right here. It's a little bit confusing. Let's see what she has to say. Mr. the City has disappeared. Must be some change in the Emperor. Well, we'll take credit for that. Why didn't you try to help the Emperor? But I'm just a priestess. Can't go snooping around. Next problem. What's the next problem? The water dragon is a much bigger problem. No trading ships can get through the city's food running low. Evil besieging our fair land still looms large in the shadows. I don't know how we're going to do that next section. Oh, lots of people. Lots of people. Alright, let's go back into the city. It's nighttime. We're going to sell these last couple of things. And, I'll probably call it. I'll finish ranking these movies now that I've talked about them all. But yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. Sweet. The cursed sun vanished, along with that funky mist. Looks like the city's come back to life. Bet you never saw a happening place like this 100 years ago. This must be exciting for you. I'm excited, I want to see a big city. What are you supposed to be doing? Nope. I mean, I'm not modding anybody. Like I said, I'm not gonna mod people until we need it, and right now we don't need mods. Just ignore them though, Demon. That's my advice. It's like, you know, I think it's an appreciation thing that, you know, people don't if people don't appreciate the work you do, or, you know, acknowledge the work you do, then, you know, F them. I say F them. Fishing over there. Anyway, don't have much time. Butchering stock. Okay. Have you been out to buy something? I do. I want to sell something, actually. Sell. Right, we can sell like all of this stuff now, I think, because we have the bigger wallet. So. Oh god, I have so many of these. We are racking up the money. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna go buy the upgraded sword. No, I don't think having a differing opinion is causing drama. I think if someone has a differing opinion, it's something to discuss. Like, if at the end of the day the final decision doesn't come in line with your opinion, then I guess a lot of the time you have to like see from the other person's perspective and agree with it. But if you genuinely think your idea is better, then I don't think that should be classed as drama. Unless you're like being like, effing this, effing that, why aren't you doing it how I'd see it? You know, I think some people are just thinking over the top. This is what we're gonna buy. 7 strike. Do I have enough money for that? I do. It's gonna like nearly wipe me out though. Let's go. I don't know if this is any good. I'll buy it. Who cares? It probably just wasted loads of money, and it's probably not even that good. But it should be. It's like the second one on the list, look. And then we can go to gold dust and select a weapon. Select this weapon. There we go. Now we got a flamey sword on our back. Oh my god, it's like animated flamey sword. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, let's colour in these trees. Is that the last thing I do tonight? Demon, how much are you gonna... How much time are you gonna invest in Monster Hunter World, by the way? I'm still hoping my copy comes early, because of the company I bought it from usually sends games early. But I think my life is just gonna be Monster Hunter World. For, like, other than the stream games, I think I'm just gonna like do that. And then it's only 2 weeks from today until... Oh no, well, technically 2 weeks tomorrow, from when we're gonna start doing Shadow of the Colossus HD. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun! I just made it daytime. You know, didn't mean to. I drew a sun instead of a tree. Let's pick up some more food. Alright, let's go here. And over here. I don't even know what just happened then. Alright, more stuff. I think an interesting thing about like modding or being a part of a community, I think it depends on two things. I think some people get fed up when a community gets larger than it was when they originally joined. I saw that with Fire UK. Like I saw people just being like, "Oh, it's not as small and tight knit as it used to be," and that used to be a thing I used to struggle with, like trying to talk to everybody because everybody always wanted to talk to me, like as a community thing. They'd be like, "We want to hear from you," and I think that's a really tricky thing to deal with. Is this tree already coloured in and I just can't see it? What is going on with that tree? But then the other thing on the other half of that is like, if you're like in a community and no one's listening to you and no one's valuing your opinion, then it makes it not worth being there anymore. It's like there's like these two underlying things, and sometimes both of them work at once. And I always say that I feel bad, like when I used to like not be able to pay attention to people because of that. But like the one thing I could never deal with was differing opinions, especially in mod meetings, because we used to have a very, very large like mod community. Like at one point I remember having like 20 moderators all on at the same time, all in a meeting, and it was so difficult to even get them to the point where we could have them all at once. I'm trying to fix this tree and it's not having any of it. Like, it doesn't work me painting a circle on it because it's like poisoned. Oh no, wait, it's definitely poisoned. And the only other way I know to clear poison is to draw all over something. And in mod meetings, it was one of these things where people would try to have their opinions voiced, and then when you have to shoot them down, they didn't always like it. And I think I would never run a big community like that way again. Just because it's not necessarily the effort, it's more that you lose friends over opinions. And it's like one person would come in and say like, we should do this, this, and this, and their ideas were probably really, really good. Actually, we could have probably done with more than 20 mods at times, purely because of time lapses. But I think some communities also become like at certain times they become really toxic, and it's really difficult to notice it from the inside. But it's like when the moderators and everybody starts like fighting against each other, and I just can't fix this tree. And they're like fighting each other and constantly going at it, and it's something that I think is one of the reasons we had like 2 large purges. I mean, I was never a really good leader, and it's people who live in glass houses and all that, but like I can see now in hindsight that I was never a very good leader, and I don't think I ever should lead. Like, I just don't have the personality of a leader. And that's a fairly difficult thing to admit and come to terms with, but... I mean, at times we had, like, when we streamed, we had a lot of people, but then when we had, people... But when you've got people on voice, when you've got, like, a couple of hundred people all trying to talk at once, that was why we needed a lot of mods. Like, we had mods and then sub-assistants and, like, you know, it was crazy. And, you know, I see a lot of the same mistakes I made like 5 years ago happening in communities all the time, and it's like this learning curve thing where I think definitely opinions, and people need to listen to varying opinions, and if it's not the opinion they like, for example, if someone didn't like your opinions, it's not their right to then say, that's a shit opinion, I don't like that. It would be the owners or the chief moderator or somebody say like, I actually really like your ideas, but we just don't think they're going to work. But what if we implement them in this way? I used to always try to do something like trial runs of things to see how they would go, even if I didn't necessarily like that person's opinion or what they were suggesting or things like that. And, you know, I think that's a good way of doing it. But at the end of the day, like, running a community tears you apart a little bit. And even if you have the best moderators in the world, you're not going to be together, like in terms mentally all the time. Like, you're gonna have good and bad days, and I think when something ends up being bad days all the time, it's not good. Look, Plank is all, they've graffitied Plank on all of these walls. Plank is watching. Plank is watching 2018. It's you know, it is you know, a thing. And new mods clashing with old mods is a big thing. Like a big thing. Hey, Wax is here. Wax was a member of FireUK. So, Wax, I was just talking about how I don't think I was ever a very good leader, and how I feel like new moderators can create conflict within a community, and how listening to opinions is really difficult in big communities. See, Wax was a member, like, of FireUK. Like, he knew me when I had to be in charge of shit. And I think it would be interesting from Wax's point of view when you look at, you know, moderation as a whole, because he had to deal with moderators, obviously, when he was going up the ranks. He was a baby back then. But the thing is, I don't think I was ever a very good leader, but I had to lead in some instances. But I tried to delegate and give leadership to everyone else. But what became the issue is when we were introducing new moderators and they didn't know how I was. Like, I was never very good. Yeah, they didn't. I know they didn't like you. Wax was an interesting fellow and still is, but like, I made friends with a lot of people in the community who disliked the status quo, I guess. We were a weird bunch, I think. We were all over the place. We were never a very like if I wasn't the owner, I think we would have got banned, if you know what I mean. Like, some of the shit we did. Like, maybe I was a bad influence, who knows. But, yeah, I mean, I think that probably is why a lot of people clashed as well, is because I wanted to be friends with people. I was, like, trying to be like Michael Scott from The Office. I wanted to be friends with everybody. But when you're running a community, that's a really hard thing to do. And then when your opinion as the owner clashes with what members want to do or what other moderators want to do, then that becomes a debate of, do I just go with my gut reaction or anything like that? And I don't think I was a very good leader in terms of leading the community. I maybe have been quite okay with leading in terms of, like, getting the content produced and, like, doing fun things with time lapses and stuff, but they were so stressful. Like, you know, it's just, you know, crazy. Mental. Absolutely mental. No, nothing I do or we talk about is Minecraft related. Nothing in here is Minecraft related, Wax. I've even banned the word in chat. I think it's still banned. I need to unban it. You know, that's an old thing. I've just talked about fire for like 10 minutes and didn't mention Minecraft, so. That's how much I don't want to talk about it, I banned it. But I'm glad that we can say MC. That's good. Yeah, I still don't know where to go or what to do, but I've done all the selling I wanted to do. I've done all the stuff I wanted to do. I've talked about Marvel. I still can't fix these trees, which is really annoying. I think it should be Rejuvenate, which is this. But for some reason, Rejuvenate doesn't want to work on the trees. See? It just doesn't want to work. But like, if I start down here... Yeah, I don't know. No. But yeah, hopefully that was a good talk, and Demon, hopefully that at least shared some opinions with you, because modding in general is a tricky thing, but if you like it, I think expressing opinions in certain ways can make people be like, oh, drama, 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 and I think that's not a productive way for a community to be. But it happens. I saw it all the time. There being people bringing stuff and being like, oh, causing drama. And I never felt like it was drama. There is only like 2 or 3 times I can think of where I thought drama was being spurred on. All the other times when it like people kicked off, I was like, no, they're just trying to express their opinions. And even if it's against my views and what I want to do, I don't think of it as a negative thing. So, you know. Anyway, I'm going to save the game. I don't think this is one of the ones we can teleport between. Maybe it is. Let's find out. Some of these we can teleport between, but I don't think it's this one, which is a shame. I think I just said that twice. I think I just said that twice. Some of these mirrors we can definitely teleport between, though. But we'll figure that out next time. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this week. I can't wait until I can't wait for Monster Hunter World this week. It's gonna be good. But tomorrow I'll be back. We'll be playing some more Halo 2. I should be finished with Halo 2 this week, probably by Wednesday. Or Thursday stream. Yeah, we should be done with that. But yeah, maybe perspective. Maybe you're right. Maybe I can talk to you about it, because maybe it makes your stuff look tiny. But drama of any kind, no matter how small or how big, wrecks you, and it's still almost like completely... It's like if a community is a train, drama is the train being pushed off the track, ravaged by a bunch of scavengers, pulled apart, and then being put back on the track again with like hardly any of its parts being put there, and then you have to buy new parts to make it back up again. It's a weird analogy I just made, but that's the analogy I'm going with. Drama of any kind does that. It's like you literally the smallest gust of wind can push something over, and put something off course, and then, you know, I guess a gust of wind from the other direction can right it again. But I also think drama is perspective and opinion, so the whole idea of beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think drama is in the eye of the beholder as well. Like, sometimes some people will see it as drama and some won't, and I think it's to do with the scale of the drama, and also that person's opinions will detect if they think it is drama or not. But anyway, I guess that's the case for most things in life. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a weird stream. The last 10 minutes have probably been really boring for anyone watching this on the archive. I apologize. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow with some Halo 2. We're going to be churning on with that. Probably 2 more streams of that left, I think. And thank you all so much for watching again. Goodbye.